This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, all, and welcome back to the session that is Big Data Masters program. We are going through with uh, distributed processing with PySpark, and yesterday we have discussed about memory management. Inside the memory management, what we have identified that inside PySpark or Spark, we are having two types of memory: execution memory and storage memory, and these particular memories are going to share a unified region. And the meaning of unified region, it means like they are going to share the common portion. And there are certain approaches based upon that we can set the configuration. They are for execution memory and storage memory. Approach one, like uh, we can have a particular memory, and that can be fixed for storage and execution. And execution memory always have the higher priority. And what will happen if nothing is there for execution, then storage memory can occupy entire memory. But if something is there for execution, or if we are having certain application, those need to be executed, then storage memory need to evacuate the space. So that is with respect to approach one. Approach one is having certain limitation that if we want to cache some data frames or RDs, then it will not be possible. In case of heavy application load, the entire memory will be you can say utilized for the execution. So the approach 2 came, and with respect to the approach 2, we are limiting or reserving some portion for storage memory, and then remaining portion will be utilized for storage and execution memory. So the same concept will work over here, which we have seen in approach one. Like if nothing is there for execution, then this particular portion can be utilized for storage. And if certain application are there, then storage memory need to evacuate this particular space. But this will reserve only for storage perspective. Only caching perspective, this particular portion will be utilized. We are okay with approach number two. But it might be possible like you have used the storage level memory and disk. In that particular case, if certain portion or certain data frames you want to cache onto the disk as well, then approach number three is there. We are going to utilize disk as well for persisting perspective. And certain algorithms like LRU list recently used is working over here. And if a particular data frame is not in use, then it will be moved from memory to disk. And if some portion or some data frames are utilized heavily, then those particular data frames will be moved from disk to memory. So that particular, you can say, concept will work over here. And that is, you can say, how we will be able to leverage disk and memory for caching and persisting perspective. Then we have seen like how the configuration is there with respect to storage memory and execution memory. So the memory what we are having in PySpark, that is divided into two parts: heap memory and off heap memory. Off heap memory outside JVM, and heap memory inside the JVM, on which actually the execution will happen. So off heap memory is utilized for the JVM perspective, because like all the Spark programs are running inside the JVM. But for you can say objects collections, those are not in use. The off heap memory is being utilized, and sometime off heap memory is also utilized for the persisting perspective, this is another storage level. If this particular memory is not enough to cache your data frames, then you can leverage off if memory as well for for persisting perspective, not caching but persisting. Caching is only done inside the memory. So off if memory can be utilized. Then heap memory further divided into three parts. Like 60% of the heap memory is reserved for used for storage and execution. 40% is for user memory, and 300 MB that is reserved for the future perspective. Then this particular portion is actually utilized for storage and execution perspective. Now from this portion as well, you can fix some portion for storage and some portion for execution memory, and this is the parameter like spark.storage.memory fraction. And with by setting this particular parameter, we will be able to set uh, or fix some amount of memory for storage perspective. Just focus on to this particular diagram. If we are going to set that particular storage fraction, so certain portion will be fixed or reserved for the storage memory, and rest can be used for storage and execution perspective. And if like something if nothing is there for execution, then this entire portion will be utilized for storage. And if executions are there, applications are coming for execution, then storage memory need to evacuate or need to clear this particular space for execution memory. So this was the stuff that we have seen in previous session. Then we have discussed the another topic what we have discussed was AQE, adaptive query execution. So adaptive query execution, that is an optimization technique, and it is working onto the dynamic stats. Previously, like before 3.0, what was happening if something is there for execution, then based upon the static stats, the and DAG, the things the plan will is prepared, and then execution will happen accordingly. Over there we were not having information about the dynamic stats, and because of that, like there are certain limitations. Then AQE came into the picture, and AQE has given certain advancement advancement in terms of like adaptive query, adaptive skewness handling is there. So if skewness is there, then it will be easily handled by AQE, because it is working onto the dynamic stats. It is keep on monitoring the disk usage, the data size, and based upon that the plan will be changed, and you will be able to get the better performance. And repartition, call list, those particular things are applied dynamically over here. And from the developer perspective, we just need to set this particular property, and rest will be taken care by Spark only. It is not like we just need to proceed for increasing or decreasing the partitions manually. Yeah, Spark will do automatically that particular stuff over here. Then another benefit of AQE was predicate push down. It is like say avoiding the unwanted data. Okay, it might be possible like we are having too much columns or too much rows, but all of those particular data is not required for processing perspective. So what is happening at that moment, we are going to this AQ is going to limit that particular movement of data or movement of record, or it is somehow going to utilize the materialized view, or like processing, and you can say required stuff is moved, and rest will be ignored or dropped basically. So that is nothing but predicate push down. Then another like shuffle file consolidation, like if we are having small files, then automatic consolidation will happen, and that definitely will give the boost for the performance. So this was the stuff that we have discussed in our previous session. Today we will be discussing about how to deal with date and time data. That is the next topic, huh? Okay, how to deal with date type data. Okay, so how to deal with this type of data, that is what we are going to learn now. So we will move in a systematic way in order to get the insight about these particular things, about the date related stuff, huh? Say I'm having a particular data, say data is there, and in this particular data, say I'm having a list, say one, and I can mention certain data, say 2023 and 0903. That is 3rd September 2023. Huh? Okay. So say we are having certain records. So what we can do, we are having this particular data. We are having this particular data, say, and we can increase the record, add a date column over here. Say, uh, hmm, hmm, fine. I'm going to say mention certain date columns, date information. It can be anything. So it I'm just entering certain random dates. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to get the information about certain inbuilt functionalities which are given by Spark. So we are going to uh, get the information based upon the inbuilt functions, and then we will move ahead with rest of the functions. So this is the data that I'm having. So this is the data that I'm having. uh, hmm, Week 13, day 21, distributed processing with PySpark. Okay, so let me import the boilerplate code that is creating the Spark session. So what is the issue? engineering. Hmm. So we are having this particular data, and what is the issue over here? Engineering 31. What is the issue?
Ashok, November has 30 days, so maybe that is the error.
No, this is no.
31 to 30. Yeah, 30, 30.
This
Yeah.
is the another data type. Huh? This is not the case. This is another data type. Huh? So, I got it. So this comma was missing. So, so this is the data that I'm having, right? This comma was missing, and because of that, it was creating the issue. So this is the data that I'm having, and let me create a data frame on the top of this particular data, and let me create the columns. Columns, and I can give the column name, say uh, name, then department, then what we are having say is, and then say data. Okay, so this is the date, like these are the columns that I'm having, and let me create a data frame on to top of this. So Spark data frame, that is Spark dot create data frame, and I can pass this data. I can pass this data and then columns, and Spark data frame dot show. So this is the data that I'm having, and I want to play with this particular data. Okay, I will move step by step. Okay, first of all, what I have mentioned, we will try to leverage some of the functions which are given by PySpark, and based upon those particular functions, we will try to get certain information like year, month, day of week. These are certain inbuilt functions inside the PySpark. So from this particular data, we will try to get the information with respect to those particular functions. Okay, so this is the data set that we are having. Okay, name, department, age, and data. So this is the date related stuff what we are having. Now, what I have mentioned, like uh, day day of week, year. First of all, like let me try to fetch year information. So Spark data frame dot with column. We are with column is a function which is utilized in order to create a new column. And let me create a new column with year. with the name year, and what I want uh, year of call, and the call is data. This from this particular column, I just want to get the year information. Okay, so let me try to give it to another data frame. Df new, okay, or df say. So df dot show, import functions. So all the functions are imported. So what I just want year from this particular column. Okay, the column name is date, and I just want to get the year information, and that will be a new column. Over here I will be having a new column with name year, and that will have the year information from this particular column. Just have a look. So this is the inbuilt functions. This is the inbuilt function. Let me try to show you. That is the inbuilt function year. Okay, so just have a look. It might be possible in some of your use case you just need to fetch the year from a particular data. So just utilize the inbuilt function year. So how you can check this? So let me try to remove this particular line from um okay. So from PySpark.sql function and import call is imported, that is fine, but year on year it will throw error. So let me import year as well. Year, okay, that is fine. So year is inbuilt function, and I will be able to get the year information from the data set. So that is possible. So year, we are able to get the information about year. Now we are having, say, another function like month. I just want to get the month information from this particular data. Okay, so say month is the another function, and I just need to import month over here, month, and that is fine. And df dot show. Okay, now month will be added as a new column. Month, that will be a new column, and over here we will be able to get the month information. Just have a look. The execution has been started. This is the initial data frame with the year and with month as well. Okay, so we are able to get the month information. Now we are having certain another function, say day of week. Day of week. So So day of week and day of week. And you can like import this name. Okay, so day of week is here, and now the error has been gone, and we will be able to get the information day of week in another column. And this is the inbuilt, these are the inbuilt functions. We are just like pasting the inbuilt function, and we are trying to fulfill our use case requirement. Like if you want to have year, month, day of week, so that particular information can be fetched from the data frame, from the given data frame only. And what I have mentioned, these are the inbuilt functions that we are going to leverage over here. Okay, so that will work. We just need to, you can say, use import the inbuilt function, and we just need to mention the date and create a new column with what name you want to have that particular data. So just have a look, like date is there, day of week is there, month is there, no? And what you are having year related information. So you are able to fetch that particular information, day of week, like first day, fifth day, fourth day. Okay, so that can vary with respect to the things that you are having. So these are nothing but inbuilt functions. Now what I want, how to change the date format. Say the date is given in this particular format, like YYYY, then then DD. Okay, I'm having this particular format. So what I want to change the format. I want to have the date in certain another format. So how it can be changed? So for that we are having another inbuilt functions like toDate. So let me mention how to change the date format. How to change the date format. So how to change the date format. So what we are having this particular date in YYYY, and DD format. And we want to change it in say DD, YY format. So how it can be possible? So let me try to mention, say parsed data frame. Okay, we are going to parse the data. So parse data frame, and I'm going to take this particular data frame, spark data frame, and dot with column. I'm going to create a new column over here with, sorry, with column, and I'm going to give the name of that particular column, say formatted data, formatted date, formatted date, and the formatted date, what it will be. uh, okay, so first of all let me comment this. So spark data frame dot print schema. Okay, first of all let me try to show you the schema of this particular data frame. So we are going to check the schema of this particular data frame, and with respect to the schema, the date is of string type, string data type. Just have a look. Okay, so date is of string data type. This is not the the date that is not there with respect to date data type format. So what we can do, we first change this particular date instead of string to date data type, and then like we are going to change the format of that particular data. First, like string to date, and then date to format change. That particular stuff we need to uh, that we are going to do. Okay, so say this particular data is there, spark data frame, spark data frame dot say with column, and first of all say uh, 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 say to change data, or say parse date, and this will be the date in, you can say, the date data type, and we are having a function to date, and which column I need to change? I need to change the date column. Okay, so that is date column I need to change. That is fine, things are looking fine, and the format is say what? I just I can mention the format as well. This is say this is in py. This is the format what we are having, and let me import this toDate function as well. So no, no. Import toData. Okay, this is the thing, toDate. Okay, toDate. So I'm going to change the format of this, but the data type of this particular date column to date format, and this is in say this particular format, and like I'm going to convert it in date format, and let me try to print the schema of, say, first data frame, first data frame dot print schema. Okay, just have a look, and pass data frame dot show. Hmm. So what we have done previously, this date was in string format. Now what we are going to do, we are going to change it to date format, date to date format. So the data type of date column will be date only at this moment. Previously it was in string format. Just have a look, the execution has been started, and then you will get the more clarity. Once the execution is done, you will get the more clarity. Okay, so this is the first, you can say, iteration once we have checked the schema and the date is in string format. Now we have changed this particular date into uh, and we have created a new column past date, and that will be in that will this the data type of this particular past date is in date format. Past date is in date format. The data type is date over here. Previously it was in string format. So if you are going to change the format of this particular date column, this particular data, then you must have this particular data in date format. So previously it was in string format, now we have converted it into date format. And now if like it is converted into date format, then we will be able to leverage Spark inbuilt functionality, date format change. So date format is another, you can say, transformations what we are having. So say we are having this particular past data frame, and what we can have with column and formatted date, and now we are going to change the format. Instead of say YY mmdd, we are going to change it to another format. So we can leverage the inbuilt functionality, say date format, date underscore format, and now we can have the column, and column is say past date, and past date, in what format I want to have this past date, I can mention that particular stuff, say dd and and say YYYY. Okay. So date format I need to import. Let me copy and paste it over here. Date format. So date format has been imported, and like formatted data, date, and formatted date dot show. Just have a look on the execution first, and then I will make it clear. So the execution has been started at this moment. Initial data frame, what we are having, then extracting the year column, extracting the month, extracting the day of week, now printing the schema, initial schema. After parsing or change the date of a particular date column, and then printing the schema as well. Now this is in date format. And now just have a look, after like this date format function that we are having in order to change the format of a particular column, it might be possible like the data is there into different format. Like say the data was there in this particular format YYmmdd, so we can convert it into this particular format. So ddmmyyyy. Okay, so this is the way, like in order to change the format of a particular data, we can change it to say then dd and say YY format as well. Depending upon how we are like fixing, how we are mentioning these particular dd YY related information. So we will be able to get that particular stuff. Just have a look. So this date format is inbuilt function from the Spark side. And what is the syntax? Like we just need to pass the column name and the format, the required format. Pass date is the the column which is having date data, and now we are going to parse, we are going to, you can say, with the help of this date format function, we are going to pass it into this particular format. So this is the simple stuff. Like if the data is there in a particular format, just have a look. Now it has been changed to MMDD and YY. Okay, so you can play with this particular data, and you can have the outcome in required format. This is the simple example. Like we are having data in one format, but and we are going to convert it into another format. But over here, like if we are having certain, you can say, the data, if we are having data like say in different format in a particular data frame, that will be the case. This is the simple example. Like we are having data in one format, and we need to convert it into the another format. So that is possible over here, but that will not be the case once we are working with the actual problems, or actual data set. We will be having multiple sources, and say in one source we are getting the data in this particular format. Just pay attention over here. Okay, so it might be possible. So this is data. So it might be possible, like we are having data into different formats. Different formats, say like over here, so this is in this format, and then we are having data in this date in this particular format. One source is giving date in this particular format. Another source is giving date in this particular format, say uh, 0 3, say September. Okay, September, and then this particular year, 0. Might be possible. We will get the date in this particular format, and some of uh, you can say the source. This is one format, another format, and uh, so 1 2 and say 1108, this fourth format. So YYMMDD, YYMMDD with you can say forward slash, then DDMMYY, then this particular format. So it might be possible like we are having data uh, into these particular formats. Then how to like work with that particular data set, like if we need to convert it, we need to work with such data set, then how we will be able to work, at this moment. Like we need to convert the date. If you are going to like apply certain functions or pivoting related stuff or aggregation related stuff onto this particular data based upon the date column, then your output will not be correct. Then how to like deal with this particular data set, that we need to learn now, that we need to think. It can be like into different format, but like let's move with these particular format for the learning perspective. So these are basically we just need to write the regex. Okay, once we are having this particular data, and in order to convert in a uniform data type, then regex will be the only solution over here. So let me copy this particular data. Hmm, hmm, and say data 2, and let me paste it over here. Perfect. Data 2. So we are having this particular data set. Now let me create a data frame as well based upon this particular data. Okay, and I need to pass this data 2 over here, and it's like multi-format data frame. Multi-format multi-format date, and date dot show. Okay, let's have a look of the data, then we will move ahead accordingly. So we just need to write the regex for this particular data, and I will tell you how you are going to write that particular regex. Okay, so that is fine. Now, like we are having this particular data, let me copy and paste it over here. Now in this particular data, okay, in this particular date column, what we are having 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, 5 or 4 type of, you can say, date format is there. These three are the same. Then 1 2 3 and 4 types of date are there in this particular date column. So if we are going to say what are the different format what we are having, say hmm, so what we are having, say this is the format of, say, yy and then mm and say dd. This is the first format what we are having. Then the second format is what we are having. The second format is, say, this one. This one is the second format what we are having. Then the third format. Third format. Third format is, say, dd, okay, and yy. Okay, this is the third format. Then fourth format what we are having, say, dd, then mmm. This is, say, scp. Okay, mmm, and then yy. Okay, so we are y. Okay, so these are the different formats what we are having in this particular data set. Okay, and what we can do, we can define these particular format as input format. This is, say, a list input underscore format what we are having. These are the input format. If like you are having another formats, you just need to like paste that particular format, how it has been given over here. Okay, so YYYY that is the first format. YYYY, then we have used forward slash over here, so that is the second format. DDMMYYYY, that is the third format what we are having, and fourth format is say DD and MMM, that is like month is given in this particular format, and then YYYY. Okay, and we have used forward slash over here as well. Okay, and this is same with respect to first. Okay, like and DD. Okay, so this is the format what we are having in our data. Now we just need to write the regex expression in order to convert it into the uniform format. So how it can be done? Say what we are having say date column equal to say when what we are having a that column of date, that is date, when call date dot r like, this is the inbuilt you can say stuff, and r like say r, and you just need to mention this, and you just need to say mention the format, like say, let me just write it, then I will explain it. These are you can say standard things that we need to mention. Mm, then what we are having say for, and for, then this two, then this two. Okay, and percentage and this particular stuff. So backwards slash d, then this 4 digits, then 2 digits, and then 2 digits. That is fine. And dollar and close to date and call of date, and that is based upon the input format. This is the string input format 0. This is the input format 0. That's it. Okay, so column date I have taken. If this is look like, then this is the say we are having 4 digits in YYYY, then 2 digits, then 2 digits, and these are separated by uh, hyphen. Okay, that is fine. Dollar, and then to date. Okay, things are looking fine. Let me try to copy and paste it over here.
Import when.
I think you are not assigning the data frame.
Hmm?
Data frame is missing, like mm, on which he need to be applied. No,
The voice is not clear.
I think you need to write it down like that data dot when like something.
No, 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 no. That should work. Huh? In the end, need to close bracket. That can be done. But when, why when is creating problem? That we need to think. Huh? Hmm. Okay. So, uh, hmm. So when is imported? Huh? Now dot when and then we just need to mention the same stuff. Huh? Same stuff. And over here, instead of this, we are having this particular separator. This is the second format, input format Savannah. Then things are fine. Then dot when, and at this moment ddmm dd dd mm and yy, and instead of this it is hyphen. Perfect. Input format 2. Then third one, fourth one. Okay, and fourth one is dd mmm 2, 3, and 4, and this is the separator over here. Format 3. Okay. format 3 dot otherwise none. None. So these are the four formats what we are having. This is the input format, and output format what I want. I just need to say define the output format as well. Output format. For the reference perspective, output format I can define over here. And output format, like say, what will be the output format? Say, so this is the output format, like y and say and dd. I want to have the output in this particular format. So, to date and date format, and that is fine. Now, what I can do, this multi-format date dot dot with column, and I can have say formatted date, that is the new column, and I can have this particular date column what I have defined over here, date column, and say data frame 2, data frame dot show. Let me do the execution. We have done too much stuff over here, and then I will explain. The execution has been started. Okay, so somehow like we are able to get this particular uh, this is not working correctly, and that we need to check. Rest of the stuff is working fine, but we need to check this particular thing. So let me explain like what we have done. Now, like we were having a particular data, okay, and that data is in different format. It might be possible like we have done the joining of certain data based upon certain ID, or based upon certain reference column. Now, the date stuff is there, and that is different from like that is different into those particular, that is different in one data frame, that is the newly generated data frame, and we are having different date formats after combining. That is looking the same, like we are having the data into different format. Now what we are going to do, we are going to first check like how many formats are available. So in this particular data set I'm having these particular format, like say y hyphen is there, forward slash is there, the format is ddmmy is there, and inside the, this is the default format as well inside the PySpark. Output format say YYYYMMDD, this is the default format. If like if you just need to change, you can utilize this particular stuff. You can utilize this particular date format function if you want to change it from the default. Now these are the input format, and we are having different formats. Now in order to, you can say, convert into the into the defined format or required format, what we need to do, we need to convert this particular string into a defined format, into a required format. So we are going to utilize the regex expression over here. Like when the date column is look like this, say we are having this particular information, then what we are going to take, what we are going to do, we are going to convert that it into date format. This particular data, this is in string format, and this string is passed, and now we are going to convert it into date format. And input, like previously, this is the mention, say this is the, in order to convert to date, to like to date function is working, like we are going to give the date column and the format and what we are getting that particular data. Okay, so the same is over here, like input format 0 is there, so that will be converted into date format. In the same fashion, like how the data is you can see looking like over here, so that will be converted into date. So we will be having this particular all the information with respect to the parsing in this particular date column, date column, that is a variable what we have created. And now this particular date column will be given in order to convert it into the required format. Okay, so it will be changed, but what we are able to get, we are not able to get the information, we are getting null over here. SCPT. So why null is there? Because SCPT is there. Let me convert, change it to SCP, or we can change it to 4 over here. Then it will work. Let me do this, and then it will work. 2, 3, and 4. SCPT was utilized, so because of that, it was giving the null information. The execution has been started. Hmm. 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 Still null is there, na? So 2, 3, 4. That is fine. To date. So what we can do over here? Digit. So digit is, it is expecting digit or string. SCP.
I think it is expecting digit value, na? So there is
Mm-hmm.
September. So I think it is.
Issue is over here in rejects only. Yeah. So
Uh-huh. So I think it denotes T, na? So it is taking digits. It is expecting digit value there.
just a minute. Let me try this. Like certain hit and trial. So basically, like it might be possible because of capital and small letter. It is creating the issue. We are having three digits. So what I have mentioned, A to Z and capital A to Z, whatever is there, that is of say in three digit, it will be converted into two data. Now it is working, huh? Right? So if SEPT is there and we can change it to 4, then that will also work over here. A to Z and A to Z, right? So actually these are the things which will be copy and pasted. There is no like these particular things seems a little bit tough, but if you are going to understand it, it is very simple as well, like four digit, like with respect to this particular indexing, or the format, date format. So for characters, like four digit, two digit, and like two digit, YYYY. So by default, just we need to mention, and based upon the stuff what is available over here, we just need to change it, and copy and paste is required. Like there is no hard and fast requirement to remember, but like better if you can do the practice, then you will be able to get the information. Like whenever requirement is there, then you will be able to utilize, and just have a look of this particular, like if you have used these particular function, then you will be able to recall and you will be able to utilize it. So if the data is there in any format, you just need to like write the regex over here with respect to that particular format, and you can get the outcome from that particular format, and you can do your functions, you can apply your functions accordingly. Now just have a look. We were having data into different formats, and now this is in a refined, you can say, format, and the format is say YYYY and DD. If you further want to convert it into another, then you can utilize date format function, and you will be able to convert it into say DDMMYY or MMDDYY or YYMMDD, whatever. That will be based upon your requirement, but what we are able to understand over here, what we are able to learn over here, that is If the data is there into different formats, we will be able to convert it into a refined format in order to perform our operation. Just have a look and ask if you are having any doubt. Just have a look. All of you,
So we can like our
Naresh,
also,
Shivam,
if
Rohit,
the
Swati. Yes, Rahul.
if, if the data is like in a hour also, the the hour
Yes.
is
So
also in the data frame, so we can use
yeah. So
any function is
that
there.
that yes, that can be added over here.
Okay,
That can be added. Try to like map it with this particular function. Like you just need to mention the format over here and try to write the regex, convert it into date format. Try to do the practice. Take it as an assignment. If you are not able to do, then I will be going to, you can say, give you the code, or I will give you the insight how that particular thing will work. But regex is the simple stuff. You just need to change. If you are able to see, uh, after this, these like backward slash d, and these are the inputs based upon our format. Say 4 digits, then we are having forward slash, then 2 digits we are having say forward slash, and finally dollar, and then close. So you just need to change the stuff over here, and you will be able, and then rest of the code will remain same. Okay, try to, or you can try to do that over here within the class, or you can take it as an assignment. So
okay.
I will guide you if
One
you are
more,
not able to do. Right.
one more question. One more
Mm-hmm.
question. So actually, if the data is like in a different time zone, so is there any way to like change the time zone also with the help of any function?
Time zone.
Yes, yes. Like if there is a different time zone and I just want to change this like from different UTC time zone to like different Indian time zone. So is there any way
Uh-huh.
to
Yes,
change like that?
there is a way. Okay, so timestamp related stuff is there. Okay, what
Okay,
we are having uh, times we are having certain libraries with what we need to import, like we need to import UTC, from say UTC we need to we are having a library inside the Spark function, SQL function, that is UTC. So in that, but with that particular, you can say library, you can convert the date and time format into another format.
okay.
Okay, so let me show you import UTC. So that is possible. That is quite possible. Mm.
Okay, if any example is there, so we
Hmm,
can,
hmm, hmm, hmm.
because in my organization lot of data in like different time zones are there.
I got your point. Okay, from UTC. So Let me create another, you can see, sheet. So the time, whatever is mentioned over here, that will be the time in UTC, yeah? UTC time zone. So, what we are having, let me try to do time zone stuff. So, hmm, say what we are having data, and data is there. Say we are having list, and say 2023, then 0903, and what we can have this particular information. Another time what we are having. Hmm, timestamp. Hmm, what is the issue? Hmm. So we are going to create, we are going to take two inputs, that is, or a data frame two with one column, and that will have two data, two records with respect to timestamp, and that is say 2:30 and 12, you can say, PM. So these are the two records, and what we want to convert it into the another, you can say, time zone. So what we can do, so uh, we can create a new column, df dot with column, and with column, and I can have, say, this particular, what I can mention, timestamp, timestamp column. I'm going to create a new column, or you can say converted time, and that will be going to say from UTC, and what I can do, UTC df dot with column, this particular timestamp column, to new format. I can mention new format. First of all, we need to import it. Not create function. From PySpark dot SQL dot functions import UTC from UTC timestamp. From UTC timestamp, and we can leverage, we can utilize this from UTC timestamp. New format, that is a new format, Asia, Kolkata. Kolkata. This is for IST time zone. Dot. So from UTC timestamp, DF timestamp, and what I can mention, that particular new time zone, new format basically, comma, new format. Mhm. DF dot show. So it is not working. From UTC, UTC time zone. It is what it is not working. Just a minute. It can be possible, huh? Timestamp, time zone. Huh? Mm-hmm. Asia Kolkata spelling is fine. Huh? Can I change any other name?
The columns name are the same in both.
It should work basically. Timestamp column. Asia Kolkata different time zone. Huh? Let me try to change the time zone. Huh? From UTC timestamp, things are fine. Huh? Let me try to use this one. Huh? America in New York. Huh? Maybe certain spelling mistake is there. Huh? From UTC timestamp, date, time. Library is fine. Spark SQL date time. Select. This is with Spark SQL. Select from UTC timestamp this as date. It is not. Uh, uh, uh. Okay, 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 okay. Sorry, my mistake. New DF. My mistake, friends. And new DF dot show. What we are doing, we are printing this particular data frame only DF each and
We
every
are
time.
not printing
We are not passing
new
this
DF.
particular information to another data frame, or we should have applied dot show over here. So this is initial one, and this is after the changing one. Silly mistake, huh?
Okay, okay, got it.
So, so in the first, you can say iteration, we have done this, but we were like printing the DF only, and I was thinking it is not converting. Okay, now Asia and Kolkata, we can have that particular. You just need to mention the time zone over here. Asia oblique Kolkata. Okay, and say you will get the time with respect to Asia and Kolkata, and we can check it with say current time in UTC time zone. So it is 6:45 a.m. Okay, 6:45 a.m. So say 6:45 a.m. Just we just want to confirm it. 6:45 a.m. So what will be 6:45 a.m. with respect to IST? So the first time, if we are going to convert it in IST format, so it will be around 12:16. Just have a look. 12:15 or if we are using Asia and Kolkata. Okay, so 12:15, right?
Yes, yes, got it.
Okay, so my mistake, guys, and you have not captured that particular silly mistake. So we were we were like doing this particular stuff on df dot show. Okay, df dot show. It was working in the first iteration only, yeah. But and it's very simple as well. Just you need to have the new timestamp, whatever you want, and from this particular library you can pass it, and you can map it with new timestamp, new time zone. You can have, you can give any variable name here. Okay, like my time zone, okay, India time zone, whatever the variable name you are going to give. Say for Asia or Calcutta, you just need to pass that particular variable name and pass that particular, you can say, time zone, and you will be able to get the new time zone related information. So you are able to convert the the zone. Okay, so it was done, but we were printing the initial stuff only. We were printing the initial data frame only, and that's why like it was creating the issue, and later on we were able to get. So what we have seen, like let me try to conclude with respect to date and time related stuff. So so uh, hmm. So we have started our day by creating a data frame, and we were taking the information based upon certain functions which are there inside the Spark. Like from this particular data, I just want to get the year information, month information, day of week information. So we just need to put that particular function, and we will be able to get the information. Then in order to like convert a particular date from one format to another format, or one string format to another, you can say date format, we are having two date function. Okay, it can convert string to date format, and that we are having format date format function, which is going to convert the date of date uh, type, data type, in from one format to another, like if you want ddmmyy, then you can get it. If you want mmddyy, you can get it with this particular function. So based upon your requirement, you will be able to convert the date, okay, date format basically. Then the third stuff what we have discussed, like if the date is there into different formats, like somewhere we are having forward slash, somewhere we are having uh, hyphen, somewhere we are having mmddyy, somewhere we are having ddmmyy. So how to deal which with such type of data? So in order to deal with such type of data, we just need to utilize the regex expressions. Regex expression based upon the data, how the data is given, and we guys are going to convert it into the date format. This is in string format, whatever we are having in string format. So it is converted into date format, and entire stuff is passed to this particular variable date column, and then we are going to create a new column and pass that particular date, you can say columns related stuff. And what it is going to do, it is going to check this particular data frame, and whenever like we will be having this date related stuff, it will, you can say, pass through this particular date column stuff, and we will be able to convert the date into a required format or uniform format. Then what we have seen, like how to change the time zone, and the time zone change is very simple. Just you need to import this particular library from UTC underscore timestamp, and whatever the time we are going to mention, that is in UTC format, UTC time zone format. So in order to convert it in from UTC to any another time zone, you just need to import this library, have that particular time zone information, mention the new time zone, and then give a column name, and convert that particular date into new format. Okay, and you will be able to get the new time zone related information. So that is with respect to how to deal with date type data in your day-to-day work. And what we have seen, based upon certain inbuilt functions, based upon certain regex related stuff, we will be able to tackle, and we will be having the uniform data, right? So just have a look onto this particular stuff and ask if you are having any doubt. And so like over here, just have a look, we are having the data, in date and time format. So uh, now, based upon, like, it is dependent upon us, it is depending upon us, like how we want to have the outcome. Like, do we want to uh, get the date related information only from this particular data, or do we need to get the date and time related information from this particular data? Okay, so based upon those particular things, there will be different, you can say, functions. You just need to work in that particular way. So if you need to have simple date uh, related stuff from this particular data, so with the help of to date functionality, you will be able to convert it into a convert into or you will be able to convert it into uh, different format. So what the to date will do, to date is going to remove time, and it is going to display date only. So to date is the function that can work over here. But if you want to have date and you want the formatting, then there are different solutions. Like, do you want to have the data in different time zone format, or do you want to get the time related time and date into, and then date will be changed into different format, say YYMMDD to DDMMYY. So for that particular stuff, you need to work in different way. So extracting date is the simplest one. You just need to utilize to date column, to date function over here, and you will be able to get the information. But in order to in order to proceed with formatting of this particular data, then there are different things that you need to do. That is a little bit, you can say, typical. Try to work with that, and if you are not able to get, then I will guide you. Okay, so to date I can show. Let me try to mention new df, and say new df dot with column, and say the date column. I can mention date column, and what I can have, to date, and I can pass this particular data frame over here. Data frame over here, and that's it. And say converted df, converted df dot show. So just have a look. What is the issue?
We need to give the date format also, na? Like YYMM in to date function. How the data will display, like dot like here only, like comma, and then we will provide the date format here.
So we are Passing this particular timestamp column information, timestamp colon. So what is the error that we are getting? Just a minute. Converted df date column timestamp column. Hmm. Okay, so just have a look. You just need to pass this particular data frame column that you want to change to date format, and you can give a new column name, and that is going to pick the date from this particular data, and like it is going to remove the templated stuff. Just have a look over here. So BDMM YYMM BD. Okay, this is the date column that what we are having, and with the help of just two date function, we are able to extract the information. Okay, so in previous step, we were getting the issue. Uh, hmm. So say time call, time call, and just a minute. Mhm. df dot show. Hmm. Initial data frame, converted one. Okay, and then what I can do, I can have this time call from this particular data frame .df, and I can give it to I can pass it from here and date column, and I will be having the converted data. Ideally it should work. Huh? Initial one. Uh-huh. So what time zone is? Okay, okay. Okay. The thing is that, huh. So the thing is that once like this time zone related stuff is working, just have a look. You just need to pay attention over here. New df dot new df new df dot print schema. And why we are getting this particular error, you just need to think on that particular aspect. Df dot print schema. Why we are getting error? Print schema. Okay. So over here, this particular df, this timestamp column is in string format. Okay. And once like we are going to once we are converted this particular data frame times column to this UTC, probably it is in there, it is in date and time format. Now the data type has been changed. And once like we are applying this to date is expecting the input in string format. So if we are going to apply, if we are going to give the data in date format, so it is throwing error. Just have a look. So what we want, so initially just have a look. So the data is there and it is there in string format. It is there in string format. Now we have done the conversion and time call is having timestamp information. Now if we are giving this particular timestamp column, then definitely it will work. Other, and this on time call, it will not work. Previously what we were doing, we were converting this, like we are giving new column name as timestamp column only. Yeah, so it was showing one column only. Okay, now we have created a new column. Okay, and new column name is time call, and this is having the data type date time. Data type is timestamp type. So timestamp type, and the timestamp column is having string information. So if we can pass timestamp column over here, okay, then it will work. So it will work at that moment. Just have a look. Timestamp column. Timestamp column is having data in string format. If string format is there, then definitely toDate will work on to top of that particular stuff, because toDate is expecting input in string format. Okay, just have a look. So we have passed timestamp column over here, and now we are able to get the outcome. No error. Is it clear? Is it
Okay, got it.
clear?
Yes.
Yeah, Swati, Shivam, Rahul, Rohit. So these particular things can create the problem. So you need to pay attention over there. So timestamp to date is expecting the input in string format, and if like string format is there, then it is going to extract the date. And if you want like date and time and to change the format, then you need to play with those rejects and all. Okay, that you need to take and take that particular stuff as an assignment now. If you are not able to do, then definitely I will be there to guide you. Okay, so this is the stuff in order to work with different types of data. Okay, different types of data with, especially from the time perspective, date and time perspective. Okay, and like John chains, we have seen like how to utilize the inbuilt function. We have seen how to uh, change date from one format to another. And what we have seen, if we have given the date into different formats or multiple formats, then how to convert it into one format or uniform format, that we have seen. So from the coding perspective, this was the stuff that I need to cover. Now what I want from all of you, from our course module perspective, like major stuff we are going to discuss, we are going to cover onto the cloud. So onto the on-premise perspective, or onto this particular local machine perspective, we have done a lot of things. Now it's the time to move on to the cloud environment. So the simple stuff, like what we are having Databricks, and we are having EMR. So I will guide you in today's session. I will guide you like how to have the Databricks environment. And uh, later on, like we will be having discussion like how to create the AWS EMR cluster. Before EMR cluster creation, we will go through with a lot of details from the AWS perspective. And we will be discussing these particular things, whatever like we have discussed from the Spark perspective, and those particular things will be executed onto the AWS and Azure environment, Azure cloud environment. So now we are going to start our cloud journey. And inside the Azure, we are going to focus onto the Databricks, and onto the AWS side, we are going to focus, or we are going to have EMR over there. So both of those particular things, those particular tools are nothing but to have PySpark, and to like write down the code onto the cloud environment. So in order to have the Databricks, I'm showing you like how to create your own account. So So what you need to do, you just need to say login onto the browser and search for Databricks. Okay, and over here onto the Databricks, you just need to like click onto the try Databricks and get started for free. And you just need to fill all of these particular details. Okay, so these are the information, and then once you click onto the continue, okay, it will ask like choose a cloud provider. So at this moment there is no need to choose the cloud provider. What you need to do, you just proceed with this particular approach, don't have a cloud account, and get started with community edition. So you need to proceed with the community edition, and once you click, it will ask for the verification and all. Okay, and you just need to create your account, and then you will be able to like, then later on you can log in onto the Databricks account. So how you will be able to log in post creation of your account, just click onto the login. Mm-hmm. It is creating problem. Uh,
So it is community version or normal?
community. So
So
community
I
version
think
is creating this much this kind of issues. Okay, so what I can do, another email. So I have created this particular account. Mm, hmm, what I need to have. Just a minute. So September 02 BDF. So what we can do is try it for free. Then September 02 BDF. Mm-hmm. Sign up. So that's it. Let me click onto the continue. Don't have community. Don't have the Google account. Sorry, cloud environment. Octopus. Octopus. It's loading. Thanks for sign up. So Databricks login and password. Let me give the password. So once you are going to fill the required details, it is going to route you onto the Databricks environment. Now you will be having this particular environment, and we will be working on to this particular environment as well. We will be learning like what is Databricks and how you will be able to do the execution of your applications, how you will be able to create notebook. So Databricks is providing you one node cluster. If you are going to say upgrade it, and you are having say customized version, or you can say paid version of Databricks, then you will be able to utilize different cluster. You can increase, you can have different nodes inside the cluster. Just have a look. Say over here we are having create cluster. Let me click onto the cluster and say booster analytics. This is the cluster that I'm going to create, and just have a look over here. Zero worker, one driver, and driver is having this particular capacity, 2 core and 1 DBU. That is Databricks unit. So one node cluster will be given for the functionality or for learning perspective from the Databricks side. And if you are going to, you can say, have a paid account, like upgrade your uh, Databricks subscription, then you can have any, you can say, DBU, any number of DBU based upon the configuration, based upon the load of your applications. So just have a look over here. uh, which Spark Scala version you want to have for the execution of your code. So say Scala 2.1.2 and Spark 3.4.1. So this is the latest version what we are having inside the Databricks. Create compute, and it is going to take a couple of, you can say, seconds. And this is the availability zone, and it is like creating this particular cluster for me which is having this particular resource. Okay, and now just have a look: notebooks, libraries, event logs, Spark UI. Okay, we will be having a detailed discussion onto this Spark UI, driver logs, and Spark compute UI master. So these particular things we are going to learn from the Databricks side, and same thing, like we will be able to see, say, logs, Spark UI, okay, notebooks from the EMR perspective as well. So the cluster is keep on creating. Soon it will be created, and we will be having the cluster or compute with Booster Analytics name. And once you are going to create any notebook, then you will be able to map this particular cluster to that particular notebook. Okay, because notebook is not having any resource, and it will be mapped onto this particular compute, and then you will be able to do the execution of your code. So just have a look. The execution is keep on going, and that is with respect to the cluster creation. So what, let me uh, explain once again. So in order to have the Databricks on your machine, what you need to do, you just need to log in onto the databricks.com, and over there you just need to uh, work with, you just need to click, say, try Databricks. Once you click onto this try Databricks, then this particular page will open. You just need to fill your details and click on to continue. And once you are going to click on continue, then it will ask for the clouds or community edition. Just proceed with community edition. And once you proceed for community edition, then it will ask you to verify. Once verification is done, then a mail is shared with you onto your mail ID that you have provided over here, and you just need to click on that particular email, set the password, and you will be able to log in over here. And this is the look and feel of your Databricks cluster. Okay, so let us keep on creating. Soon it will be available, and then we will do the execution of our code. It is going to take some time. Sometimes it is like created in few seconds, sometimes it take couple of minutes based upon the resource inside the Databricks environment. So once it is up, then creates a notebook. So say if you are going to create a notebook in order to have the execution of code. Okay, so it is going to say utilize this particular unit. It is not, you can say, now it is up. Okay, so boost analytics is up, like the green light is showing say runtime driver. So it is up, and it is utilized by this particular, it will be utilized. So what we are having, uh, Hmm. Notebooks. I want to show. Okay, so we are going to connect to Booster Analytics. This is the cluster that we have created. So starting, it is going to it will connect with this, and now over here we will be able to write our code. So let me copy certain stuff from here only. Control C, and let me paste it over here. And let me try to remove some lines. Okay, and this boost analytics is up and running. The cluster or the you can say compute what we have created, and let me try to, you can say, do the execution, run this particular cell, and we'll see like what is the outcome. So the execution is keep on going over here. Spark job is running, just have a look. Okay, stage one, job 1, job 2, job 3, job 4. So just have a look. Now what we are able to get. So the outcome that we were getting over here, okay, same is available over here. Same is available over here. Right? Like we are able to change the, convert the, we are able to fetch the date and time, date information from the timestamp column. So the each and everything will work over here as well, and this is completely free of cost. Okay, from the Databricks side, and this is the demanded skill nowadays, which is like having high demand in market. Like if you are having the knowledge of Databricks, then definitely you will get certain more number of calls. So we will be working, we will be going to learn these particular things as well, and this is the, you can say, first program what we have executed over here. And like from the next session onwards we will be having detailed discussion. So next time try to like create this particular cluster or account basically, and then we will do the execution into the Databricks environment. So that's it for this particular session. If you are having any issue, any doubt, you can ask.